All right, let's get right into it. Today, we're going to break down the blueprints of a course structure in Arabic, the nominal sentence, what's known as the Jumla Ismiya. We're going to pull it apart piece by piece so you can see exactly what makes it tick. Okay, so first things first, what is a nominal sentence? At its heart, it's actually super logical. It's any sentence that kicks off with a noun. And it's built on two main pillars. The first is the mubtada, which is our subject, basically who or what we're talking about. The second is the khabar, which is the predicate. It's the information we're giving about that subject. Simple as that. So let's look at the most basic version you can get. Al-waladu salihun. It means the boy is righteous. Here, al-waladu, the boy, that's our subject, our mubtada. And salihun, righteous, well, that's the news about him. That's our khabar. See? Two simple words, one complete thought. This is our foundation. So here's our game plan. We're going to start with this simple sentence structure. Then we'll see what happens when the subject itself gets a little more complex. After that, we'll flip it and look at a complex predicate. And finally, we'll put it all together and see what happens when both parts are compound phrases. To wrap it all up, we'll go over some key rules that make spotting these a total breeze. Okay, let's circle back to the basics. We're going to really zoom in on those two essential pieces of every single nominal sentence. Now, this right here is the secret sauce. You need to look for this pattern. The mubtada, our subject, is usually definite or ma'rifa. That means it's specific, like the boy. But the khabar, our predicate, which is the new info, is usually indefinite or nakira, like just righteous. This pattern, a definite subject followed by an indefinite predicate, is a huge giveaway when you're trying to figure out a sentence. All right, let's build on that. We're moving on to our next section where things get a little more interesting. What happens when our subject isn't just one word? So, sentences aren't always that simple, right? What happens when our subject isn't just the man, but something more descriptive like, say, the hardworking man? How does the sentence handle that? Check this out. الرجل المجتهد جالس. In this sentence, our entire subject is the phrase الرجل المجتهد, the hardworking man. Even though that's two words, they function as one single unit, one idea. And the predicate? It's still a simple single word. جالس is sitting. And this is the key idea you have to grasp. You have to learn to see that descriptive phrase as a single block of information. The hardworking man is what we call a murakabat tawsifi. It's one chunk. And as a chunk, it's definite. And what follows it? A simple, indefinite predicate. See? Our core pattern still holds true. All right, you can probably guess what's coming next. Let's flip the script. This time, we're going to keep the subject nice and simple, but we're going to expand the predicate into a bigger phrase. Take a look at this. Ibrahimu rajulun tayyibun. Our subject is simple. Ibrahimu. Ibrahim. But the information about him, the predicate, is the phrase rajulun tayyibun, a good man. That whole phrase is our khabar. And this just shows the exact same principle, but in reverse. The subject, Ibrahim, is definite, all proper names are. The predicate, a good man, is another one of those descriptive compounds, and it acts as a single, indefinite block of information. So the core pattern is still there, definite subject, indefinite predicate. It's incredibly consistent. All right, you know where this is headed. It's time to put it all together. Let's look at sentences where both the subject and the predicate are compound phrases. This is a really beautiful example. As-sabru al-jamil fawzun kabirun. So here, as-sabru al-jamil, beautiful patience, is our compound subject. Let's call that block A. And fawzun kabirun, a great success, is our compound predicate, block B. Two blocks, one elegant, complete sentence. This table just lays it all out perfectly. You can have a nominal sentence in any of these four combinations. Simple subject, simple predicate. Compound subject, simple predicate. Simple subject, compound predicate. Or the whole shebang, compound, compound. If you can understand these four blueprints, you can deconstruct pretty much any nominal sentence that comes your way. So, you might be wondering, okay, this is great, but how do I spot these structures quickly when I'm actually reading? Good question. Let's go over some powerful rules and shortcuts that'll help you out. Think of this as your mental checklist. Step 1. Just scan the sentence. Are there any compound phrases in there? Step 2. If you see one, put mental brackets around it. Treat it as a single block. And step 3, check for our master pattern. Do you see a definite block followed by an indefinite block? If you do, boom, you've probably found your nominal sentence. Now, what's really cool is that sometimes the text itself gives you cheat codes. There are certain little particles that can instantly show you the structure of a sentence, like we see in this incredible verse from the Quran. So here's how it works. Particles like inna and laysa are basically grammatical highlighters. Inna forces the word that comes after it, its subject, into the accusative case. So if you see inna and the next noun is in the accusative, you've found your subject. No guesswork needed. And others, like laysa, can do a similar thing to the predicate. They literally point out the parts of the sentence for you. And here's one last incredibly helpful rule of thumb. If you're reading and you see two compound phrases right next to each other, especially if that first one is definite and the second one is indefinite, you are almost certainly looking at a complete nominal sentence. The first chunk is your subject and the second chunk is your predicate. So when you get down to it, what we've been looking at isn't just a dry set of grammar rules. It's the architectural blueprint of the sentence itself. And once you understand that blueprint, you can move past just translating word for word, and you can start to see the elegant logic that holds the whole thing together. So the question is, now that you know the blueprints, what complex sentences are you going to go out there and build or deconstruct?